Absolutely. You've hit the money right. You've hit the hammer perfect there. Absolutely right. I mean, there's an awful lot of life on this planet. And there's a question of how much of it is intelligent. There's even a question whether the human species is intelligent enough or not at the moment. But there is a lot of life on this planet. And much of the life that we might see still in our solar system, actually, in aquifers, lakes underneath the surface of Mars, Europa, and perhaps some of the moons of Saturn, are likely to be microorganisms. It's still life, it's still carbon chemistry, and it's still living organism. But intelligent life is a very different organism altogether. I mean, the dinosaurs existed on this planet for over 100 million years, and as far as we know, didn't develop technologies to fly spacecraft or to communicate with radio transmissions, and yet they're a very successful species. So they died out, and then eventually our species rose, and we've actually developed this level of intelligence where we can do communications. How common that is in the universe is a big, big question. But the big key is, as we find planets, and it seems that every star, it seems, in the galaxy, and there are hundreds of thousands of millions of stars, seem to have at least half a dozen planets going around them. It means there are absolutely trillions of planets out there in our galaxy alone. And therefore, the possibility of life rising on them is quite good because you've got to have the numbers. And then even if 1% or even 0.5%, let's go worse, 0.5% of them have intelligent life, there could be millions of intelligent species out there. But the other big question is the span of time. I mean, we've been here, we've only had radio communication for just over 100 years, really. And the Earth has been here for 4.5 billion years. And anywhere within that period, some extraterrestrials could have been trying to listen to us and just missed us over the time period. And that could be another issue, is the time period itself of when another species arises, and so do we. And for instance, supposing a species has been in existence, say, for 1 billion years, they may look upon us and just totally ignore us. For instance, when was the last time you went into your garden and started to communicate with the worms? Well, you don't. You just ignore them. Yet it's a living species. And we might be seen in that viewpoint by advanced species, and we've just been ignored.